Well, I'm getting better. Some of the noise is coming in there, but I am getting better at this. Hi, Canila up here. Just be patient with me. I'm new at this. Getting better though. Getting much better. Anyway, the last video, Alexandria, my story of part 2. What I did is I made a mistake in what I was talking about when I had stated that 411, it was like a documentary about children that were like in the woods or going hiking with their parents. They were coming up missing, like disappearing. And every time they found the children without any shoes on. No shoes. Suspicious, huh? Well, moving on. Okay, so this is Alexandria in my story, part 3. Okay. So Alexandria is 13 now. Still going to the same school. She's going to a school for children that have disabilities and learning disabilities. You know, the whole thing. Our precious little angels that the good Lord sent us to love and respect. Okay. She got a really good teacher. Oh, this teacher was the best. Her name was C. Bailey. Can't really say her whole name out here like this. But she was, and she loved Alex so much. She used to send me pictures from Alexandria all the time, and the home health aide were taking them. I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention to what was really going on. And I'm so grateful for that teacher, for showing my daughter so much love. But as usual, when you don't comply to their agenda for our children, she got fired. Oh yeah. She got fired. By this time, Alex was like 15. I was working at TJ Maxx. And I'm sitting in my workstation, and something so horrible hit me in my stomach. It scared me to death. I didn't realize what it was. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong? I ran out of there. I told them, I says, I have to go to the break room and call my daughter's school. Something's not right with her. And I ran out of there. I called her school. And I felt nervous the whole time. The principal, I says, I want to talk to the principal. By this time, they knew that I would call and I would go without them saying any, or without telling them that I'm coming. Because that's just the way it had to be. I never knew why. I never understood why I was so demanding on schools and doctors, and I never trusted them. I never could understand why. Maybe it was the good Lord telling me that there's a bus coming, and I'm preparing you for when it hits you. So, 2 days later, I quit my job. I took Alex out of school. I said, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. There's something going on. I do not know what it is. We were living at 321 Johnson Street in Columbus, Ohio. A 4-bedroom house. It was really big. I had brought a radio, and I would plug it into the wall with this one little adaptive thing that if there's some kind of motion, it was like a motion detector, and if anything moved, the radio would come on really loud so that I could hear it. And then I would know that there is something in my house and I needed to go address it immediately. I never was scared. I do not understand to this very day why I wasn't scared. I was never, ever scared. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know about the bus that was coming to hit me and my baby. I did not know about it. And so we lived there, and the radio kept going on. And I started feeling really funny. Neighbors were starting to treat me differently. Yes, and I still would go out, me and my daughter, totally blind. I knew how to get to the bus stop. I knew how to get to where we were going. We were never in the house much. Just wasn't working anymore. So we left that house. Some of the story I'm leaving out doesn't need to be said. We're just focusing on when I totally remembered when it went into from covert to overt on me and my baby. And it was probably been overt on her for years, but it went into overt on me. That made me wake up and feel like it was time for me to make some decisions concerning me and my daughter. Moved to 1170 East Franklin Avenue, apartment number 4 in Columbus, Ohio. That's when it went into overt. Couldn't really find another place, but I figured that place was not very good for us at this point, so we had to get out of there. Didn't know I was going to get caught up in this move every year, every 6 months. I fell into that category by not knowing and not paying attention. That the people around me did not have me and my daughter's best interests at heart at all. Okay. The neighbors in that apartment treated us horrible. The neighbor on both sides of us, they treated us really bad. And so the manager told us we had to move because my daughter in a wheelchair, and I could handle that wheelchair like a person driving a car blind. I'd be down them steps into our apartment in no time. With my daughter up and down the steps in the wheelchair, it was no problem for me. But something started happening in that apartment that woke me up to know that there was something definitely going wrong in our life. We'd get up and the bed would be covered with some kind of sand substance. It was like we were sleeping on the beach. I found out what it was later. It's called smart dust, natal particulates. Were being poured on me and my baby once we slept at night. Yeah. She was jumping on the bed a lot. Yeah. That started, and after all of the experimentations that they had done over her over the whole years and years, oh my God, it just scares me to death what they did to my daughter over the years that I wasn't paying attention. I am telling you this, if you are a mother, start paying attention now. Because it could save your child's life. And then again, if they become a targeted individual, or they were born a targeted individual, nothing's going to save their life. But at least you will know how to help them from the get-go. Not like me. Because I wasn't paying attention. We moved out of there. And we moved to 2366 Century Lane. Another house. 3-bedroom, beautiful 3-bedroom ranch house. I put Alex a ramp in because I had already figured I'm done moving. We're going to be here for years. Wow. Was I sadly mistaken? Guess what we had in that house? And guess what they love? Everybody and their mama targeted us in a black neighborhood. 2366 Century Lane, Columbus, Ohio. Beautiful house. They started dropping down out of the ceiling instead of the sky like in Predator 4. I think it's Predator 3, where they just dropped right out the sky. Yeah. The gang stalkers started dropping right down in my house. I could be sitting on the couch with my feet on the floor, and I could feel the floor like somebody that weighed 200 pounds walking around my house. I wasn't paying attention. I just knew that this was happening to me. And I was the only one in America that this was happening to. Wow. Wow. Me and my baby. So we ended up staying in that house about 6 months. That's kind of where we were. We were at this. We went from 3 or 4 years to maybe a year to 6 months per house. We were some moving sensations, let me tell you. And it was hard. It was hard. Because every time the movers moved my stuff, they tear up something. And they had gotten to the point where I barely had anything. Everything I had was tore up because they were gang stalking us. I knew something was wrong. We left there and moved to 1519 Grovewood Lane, Columbus, Ohio. That was our last house in Columbus, Ohio. Our very last one. Moved into another 3-bedroom ranch. Beautiful house. Washer, dryer, hookup, big backyard, big front yard, nice driveway. Thought I was done.